Call the meeting to order. This time I'd like to have Mr. Bryce Cash to open us up in prayer.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thanks so much for this beautiful day you blessed us with. Thank you for allowing us to gather here and talk about the issues that are in our city. Thank you so much for these council that you've blessed to appoint here and provide them wisdom and guidance as they rule and reign over this city, God. Thank you so much for our police and our fire, that they assist our citizens and help us every day. Thank you so much. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Okay, Ms. Davis, would you please verify the roll? Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
So moved. Second.
Motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the prepared agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, next on the agenda is citizens' comments. Comments should be no longer than 3 minutes in length and must pertain to city business. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council? If not,
You're fixing
we'll
to.
move on to new business and Chief Scarborough, Police Chief.
I didn't bring my notes, so I hope y'all have a bunch of questions. We've been preparing for the 4th of July stuff. We got to meet with Chief McCollum tomorrow to work out some other logistics of safety protocols, but other than that, I did want to mention to you guys, I know I said something, I think last month to you guys about Investigator Biddle being so busy with these child sex crimes through the internet. She's in an ICAC task force. She pulled up a statistic for me. In 2024, the cyber tips for the state was at about 8,000. In 2025, the tips are up to 15,000. And I would imagine 2026 is going to be more than that. So when she's not dealing with little property crimes and stuff like that, she's focused in on that computer with these cases that are pretty, probably pretty emotionally draining for her and others, but they're pretty nasty. We see some of them, but try not to get involved. And then, of course, all the other investigators got their cases they're working. We've got one now that looks like it's going to be all the way across the state. It's a theft case here, but anyway, I just said that. I just wanted to say that to mention that I don't usually give the investigators as much credit as I do patrol, because patrol's the ones doing a lot of stuff, but the investigators are really busy. But anyway, I didn't bring my stuff, like I said, so if y'all got any questions.
Chief, could you elaborate on maybe your training that you had last week?
So
how that went and everything?
Yeah, the training we did last week, the base police department, we really wasn't active participants in the explosive parts, but what it was a lot of the bigger cities, Little Rock, North Little Rock, Jonesboro, Craig County, they were collecting data on doing explosive breaches and stuff into houses for different scenarios, different things. You can replicate in training, blowing a door or something, but it's a lot different than a door on a house that's settled and sat there for 60, 50 years or whatever, so it changed it. I did not say the date. So that's what they were doing, was gathering that data so they, it would help them later on down the road. Some of the breachers there did take some of our guys to the side and show them some different tactics and stuff that could be used in everyday stuff that what we do, just to help them. So it's beneficial training for everyone involved.
Okay. Chief, also, I think we're getting some vandalism at the soccer complex. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I know we had talked to Lowen once. There's a camera system that's solar powered to run and stuff. He was looking into buying that. We did have one of our narcotics pole cameras up for a while. We had planned on moving it to another spot that on a case that our narcotics officer's working. So he had stopped the recording so he could move the camera, and of course they vandalized it this weekend. And we, of course, we wasn't recording, so hopefully Long can get that other camera up and running before long, and hopefully we can get them identified and stop it. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and guarantee it, but that's our goal.
What are these cans made out of?
The what?
The garbage cans, what are they made out of? Are they plastic or?
I would assume. I don't know the answer to that.
This morning he said 23 have been destroyed. Don't that tear your vehicle up too?
What? Well, no.
I mean, I don't know.
What are they doing?
They're taking their side-by-sides, four-wheelers,
Oh.
motorcycles, and doing damage on the soccer field, plus taking out all the garbage cans. I think they also, the benches and things out there, run over the benches on there. So, I mean, I think, we've got a fairly consistent group of individuals.
Right.
So I just want them to know that we're.
Right. We believe it's juveniles. I'm not going to substantiate that yes or no, but we believe it is. And hopefully we're on the right track to stopping it. We'll see. Mayor, I don't know if you want me to mention it, but for you guys' information, when we built the PD, we done some things that we thought we were doing the right thing, and we did. But like our evidence room, there's procedures where you have to separate certain items of evidence from other items, and we built 2 different rooms thinking that we had, done it right, but we've done some studying and stuff. We're going to have to build basically a little cage in there to separate them even further, so there's an actual physical barrier, and we've been getting quotes on that to try to do it as cheap as possible. But I just wanted to mention that. So.
Like inside the same evidence room?
Inside the same room, yeah. You're building a barrier from basically the guns and drugs, the stuff that's easiest to walk away with. There's a physical barrier, so you'll have to come in the room through a locked door and then enter. Then you have to go through the cage, which is another locked door, to get to that stuff. So it's just growing pains, just learning stuff that we didn't know before, but we do now. So.
Okay. Any questions for Chief? Okay, thank you, Chief.
Yep.
Chief McCollum had to go pick up his daughter. She's been to Germany, and I think he was pretty excited to see his daughter. So he's in Little Rock picking her up. So, and he said he would try to get the report out to us. He ran behind today, but he will get the report out to everyone. So, and I'm also going to try to have some more of the department heads starting here fairly soon. And so we can get some reports, maybe every, a quarter or whatever. I think Councilmember Roberts had mentioned that, and we do need to get the parks and all of the departments to come in from time to time. So you guys may have some questions or comments or whatever. So we'll try to make that happen. Next on the agenda is Public Works Engineer Mr. Damon Johnson. So.
I guess the street department right now, they're working over on Hawkins. If any of y'all have been through there, we've got actually Hawkins closed. There's an old drainage structure that has been undersized and needed to be replaced probably for 6 or 8 years. Maybe size-wise longer, but it's deteriorated. So we're over there building a new box culvert, upsizing that, and building it to last. So street department's pretty much focused over there. They did pull the boat dock a couple weeks ago, and I'll just mention that on the record. Like, we'll put it back. Hopefully, we'll be able to put it back in before the 4th of July. It's just that right now the river's being schizophrenic, so we don't want to put it in just for it to get damaged or destroyed. So along that vein, the river being so up and down has really caused some delays on the intake work inside the cofferdam. They're still doing as much work as they can on the structure and leading down there, but about every time they get it dry and ready to go, then we have another one of these big heavy rain events, and the river jumps up 4 or 5 feet, and it's just enough. It's not flooding, but it's just enough to cause them, where their cofferdams they're not sealed up high. They're sealed to a point and down low, and so when the water comes up, they have to stop and pull out. So I think that's happened 3 times so far, and it takes them about a week to get it pumped out when it fills up. So it's just they're probably lost about a month of work just because of the weather, but it'll stop eventually, and they'll get caught up. Otherwise, on the rest of the water plant is moving really well, and it's pretty much right on schedule. And we probably will see some one of our clear wells once we get a clear well completed. On the intake will have to be done too, but you'll see some demolition starting to happen of some of the older components. We have to actually remove some of the older pieces of the plant to build some of the newer pieces. So we're building new. And that's what's happening down there on the intake. Like, they're building the first half so we can tear down the existing to build the second half. And I hadn't forgot about you, Rob. They just haven't had the hole dry long enough for us to even get down there. So at some point, we'll get it checked out. The Parks project also is going really well. I don't think the weather's affected them much. Everything they're doing is moving forward. There is some overhead power lines that go through the park that feed the intake. And due to the delays down there, we are having to move up change the schedule on getting those power poles dealt with and put underground sooner, so that Clark can go ahead and start building the splash pad and some of the other components down there in that area. We don't want to hold them up, so it's kind of an extra thing. Today, Entergy was down there. I think they're starting to get started. The conduit's already in. We've just got to put it underground and then switch everything over to the underground power instead of the overhead power. We're having to do it a little sooner than in the process on the water plant than expected, so it's costing us a little extra, but it's going to cost more if we delay the Parks project and they can't do their work. So it's just the joys of trying to juggle 2 projects that are on top of each other. Otherwise, our facilities all seem to be working pretty well. Department heads are no big problems anywhere to my knowledge. So I think nothing significant to report in that regard. Y'all have any questions for me about anything? Okay.
Okay. Thank you, David.
Yep.
Okay, next on, got this from Mr. Chad McClure and Rob Middleton, and looked over this. This is an ordinance to amend several provisions of the Title 14 zoning of the Batesville Municipal Code, which is cleaning it up. And would someone like to introduce the ordinance?
I will.
Is there a motion to read the ordinance by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Council, please cast your votes. Okay, Mr. Myson?
Yes, sir. An ordinance to amend several provisions of Title 14 zoning of the Batesville Municipal Code for other purposes.
Any discussion? If not, is there a motion to further suspend the rules and waive the second and third readings?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Please cast your votes. Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Please cast your votes. Okay, next on the agenda is a motion to enter into executive session. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion, a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
Rob,
We'll be right back. Stay tuned
removed?
for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting.
Comment for the Planning and Zoning Commission, Councilmember Moody.
Yes, sir. The Planning and Zoning Commission, we need to add Mr. Kyle McMullen back for another term through 2031. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, in your packet also, the financial report for May. Have any questions or comments? Check with myself and Ms. Davis. And I'll move into mayor comments. Our next meeting, is that July the 14th? I thought it was the 13th. Is that Tuesday? 14th Tuesday?
13th's a Tuesday.
It's 13th, isn't it? 13th.
No, you're right.
It's 14th, 14th, okay. Yeah, there it is, okay. The 14th is what we have for our next city council meeting. Also, I have a request from the Perpetual Fund, and I didn't have these together, but I'm going to mention. We ended up, I think everybody knows, we've had problems with our AV system. Of course, it's 10 years old in our community center, and it's kind of embarrassing when you get ready to have guests that rent that and then your AV. So it's been a problem for a number of years. But we've decided to go with TV monitors, 85-inch, and we caught these on sale at Sam's. And so we have 4 85-inch monitors. And I'd like to ask to take this out of the Perpetual Fund. And they were $3,057.20. And then locally, we purchased some mounts to mount them on the wall, and that was $110 from our local Walmart. So I'm just looking for a motion to approve that to take out of Perpetual Fund.
So moved. Second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. All right, I don't think we have a fixed asset disposal for items that sold at Witcher Auction on May the 29th. 4 treadmills, 2 ellipticals from Parks, 3 grinders from Wastewater, and a 1997 Ford F-350 flatbed truck from Cemetery Landscape. And so I think we got those all disposed of or sold, and I'm sure they probably had to tow the truck. But anyway, because we run them until they almost drop, guys. One other thing I'd like to mention, I know this is going to be coming out of the Perpetual Fund, our therapeutic pool at the community center. Of course, guys, we're looking at 10 years old, and it's the heating element. Is that right, Damon? Do you remember what Lauren? I know we had that. It's a fairly large part, but just to kind of give you guys a heads up, I told them we've got to have it. You can piecemeal it, but at this time, it's time to replace it. And I think we've already gotten some bids, so I'll probably be bringing that back. But the therapeutic pool is going to be down for a while. because like I said, we're gathering all these bids, and so we're going to come back with new. Now, to speak of that, that thing runs 24/7, 7 days a week. So
And it's
for the last
used.
10 years, it has served its purpose. So we knew, and thank goodness we had the foresight, and Mr. Tommy Bryant had the foresight to say we need a perpetual fund. So thank you, Councilman Bryant, and because we utilized that and we put it to good use. And like we always say, we want to keep our community center. We just replaced all the exercise equipment there, and we want to keep it new and fresh. So, and we'll continue to do that. So, anyway, just wanted to give you that information, and I'm going to move on to the liaison reports. Okay, Ms. Davis, council comments.
Ms. Bennett?
None.
Mr. Christopher?
None.
Mr. Fredericks?
None.
Ms. Hinkle?
None.
Ms. Hubbard?
None.
Mr. Krug?
None.
Mr. Moody?
None.
Mr. Roberts?
None.
Okay, with that being said, we have a motion for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. And we do have a tour of the event center right after this. So I think we're going to leave from here and drive down. You're welcome to all come.
That's a litter box.
It's usually pretty dry in that area, so I don't think you'll get muddy. At least I don't